Alright, I know it's been another week with no videos. I apologize. Things have just been so crazy around here lately. I am going to be rolling videos back out within the next couple of days. I mean, I'm going to have AHSOKA out tonight/Wednesday, and then Avatar The Last Airbender on Thursday. And then we'll get back into the schedule from there with Attack on Titan, Rick and Morty, and whatnot. But tonight we have AHSOKA episode 7. Very excited about this one, man. I gotta say, whenever this show first started, I really wanted to love it. I think those first 3 episodes suffer from a lot of problems. I mean, from the pacing to just some logical errors that shouldn't be popping up in Star Wars at this point. Pacing appeared slow in the first episode, they mixed it up a little bit in the second, and then the third episode was too quick. I mean, it was just a little too all over the place, and we didn't quite know where everything was going yet. And then episode 4 hit, and this whole show got flipped around. And I know some people are like, oh, I remember Anakin. And I get the complaint that people have about them using Anakin Skywalker, you know, just as a cheap cameo, just to draw more people in. I mean, it's obviously going to do that, but that's not the point. I think Dave did a really good job in that episode, especially moving into episode 5, of using Anakin's character to remotivate Ahsoka and get her back into the fight. And the real reason for what we're going to see in these last couple of episodes, we're going to need her help. And in those first 3 episodes, a lot of people were complaining, including myself, about Rosario Dawson's performance. And I wouldn't necessarily call it a performance issue, rather than the character just being stiff. I mean, at this point, we know that. But I think her character development in those next 2 episodes, episodes 4 and 5, was done so well, not to mention all the Clone Wars flashbacks and whatnot. All the member berry stuff, true member berry stuff, should I say. I get the complaint, but it's just cool. Let me enjoy it, please. But then last episode, we get to Peridia in the new galaxy, don't know what to expect, and it felt very different, as it should have. I mean, we're in an unknown galaxy with unknown creatures, planets, people. We don't know what resides here. We see that those turtle people are with Ezra. We see that the Night Sisters, or the Great Mothers as Morgan called them, are with Thrawn. Maybe resurrecting the dead that were on the Star Destroyer whenever they got to Peridia. I have no idea what's going on. There were some coffins that they were pushing around. I think at one point one of the Night Sisters said they were from the catacombs and that they were going to be using dark magic. Obviously at the end, Thrawn, he said he wanted to use it again. So I have no idea what's going to happen in these last 2 episodes. Obviously I'm expecting to see some action out of this episode, because we really didn't get much of that last episode. And what I'm most excited about is I really don't know anything about these last 2 episodes. You know, I knew about episodes 4 and 5, or should I say 5 and 6, because I knew about Anakin's cameo, obviously, everything with World Between Worlds. I didn't know all the details, but I knew a lot about episode 6 as well whenever it came to Thrawn's introduction. I didn't know so much about the Night Sisters. I knew about the Undead Army and, you know, Enoch and the Gold Face and whatnot. I knew a good portion of information about those episodes, should I say, and these last 2, I know absolutely nothing. I don't know how this show is going to end. I do have a suspicion that this show is going to end badly in the good guys' favor. I don't think everybody that is coming to Peridia is going to make it off of Peridia by the end of this season, if that makes any sense. I think all of this is going to lead into Dave's movie, or perhaps a second season, who knows. But I'm very excited to see how they set all of this up. Before we get started though, do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications. Whatever you guys want to do to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in seeing full-length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, I'm super excited. So let's go.
She went with the enemy willingly.
Impossible.
She was fated to make that choice.
Yeah, I don't know why they'd be so surprised that she made that choice. I mean, she's reckless. They know that. Unpredictable, they know that.
Sabine Wren will have the opportunity of finding Ezra Bridger.
I'd like to know more about how he got into contact with the Night Sisters. Like, were they there on Peridia? They had to have been whenever he was there. Or maybe they got here some other way. I don't know. Because they did say that they travel on the whales. Or at least their ancestors did.
I want to know her background, history, home world, her master, everything.
Yes, Grand Admiral.
This was the first scene in the entire show where I was like, man, that is the volume. Like right away. I didn't have to register anything in my brain. As soon as I saw the first frame of that shot, that's the volume. To be fair though, the visual effects in this show have been outstanding. I mean, most of the budget obviously went to episode 5, I think. Everything else has really looked great. I mean, especially the space stuff. Oh, we're on Coruscant.
We simply cannot allow a general of the New Republic security forces to go around acting like this is still a rebellion.
My job is to protect the people of this republic. And that is exactly what I was doing.
I see. And you protected the New Republic by ignoring direct orders.
No, I protected the New Republic by ignoring you.
Yes. Bro, come on. Mon Mothma knows she's in the right.
Least agree that General Syndulla's actions brought to light that
Yeah,
there was
see,
an
she knows what's up.
incident on Satos.
An incident, yes. But this report reads like a child's fairy tale. Are we to believe any of it?
Morgan Elsbeth was leading a coordinated effort by the Imperial Remnant.
Objection! There is no proof of any coordination between the scattered and dwindling number of Imperial forces.
What about the conflict on Mandalore?
Exactly my point. Gideon was a warlord acting on his own. There's no proof of a greater conspiracy and thus no immediate threat to this republic.
If Thrawn returns, that will change.
Bro, come on. Like, how... I mean, I guess you can see Season 3 as, like, the mission that was off to the side because it felt insignificant. You know, not really any consequences, but... And that's exactly how they're seeing it, which is not good.
I motion that General Syndulla be court-martialed for disobeying a direct order.
Well, it's ultimately her decision, though, right? She's Chancellor.
Identification.
It's 3PO.
3PO, why are you here?
Surprised to be sure, but a welcome one.
I am here on behalf of Senator Leia Organa. May I speak?
Are you now? Well, it's cheaper than putting her in the show.
The Honorable Senator Organa has become aware of an unfortunate situation and wishes to present this data transcript, which she hopes may resolve the matter.
I object.
Yes, I object to seeing evidence.
The transcript shows that Senator Organa personally sanctioned General Syndulla's reconnaissance mission to Cetos, being regrettably unaware that Senator Ziono had held a vote against such a mission. Without her.
Do not admit evidence of this kind from a mere droid.
Oh yeah, he's ready to throw hands. He'll kill you. Highest kill count in Star Wars and counting. Not really, but he's killed a lot of people.
Court dismissed.
Mere droid.
Thanks, 3PO.
I wonder if Anthony Daniels is actually in there, because I mean he's always in there. But how old is he now? I don't want to demean the man, but I just don't know how old he is.
But I know she did not authorize your mission.
She did,
After the fact.
eventually.
Yeah.
How real is the threat of Thrawn's return?
We have to prepare for the worst. And hope for the best.
Nice. That was a really cool way of incorporating an original trilogy character into this show, or into the Mandoverse, should I say. And I mean, and they're just dropping the breadcrumbs to a trail that I think eventually is going to lead to us seeing these original trilogy characters like Luke, Han, and Leia in live action, de-aged, in the Heir to the Empire movie. I think that's what's going to happen. Because, I mean, how do you tell that story without them? You can't. No way. Huh.
In this war, you will face more than just droids. General Grievous, Asajj Ventress, even Count Dooku. So practice these forms often. Or at least more than I do.
Dude, he's literally perfect. It's the Hayden and Matt Lanter Anakin's put together. It's so good.
Remember what I taught you and trust your instincts. I know you can do this, AHSOKA.
That was good. That's good.
Once we drop out of hyperspace, we find Sabine.
And how do you propose we do that?
Everything feels so much more vibrant than it did in the first 3 episodes, too. I mean, maybe to match Ahsoka's changing attitude and tone throughout the show, or at least her arc, her character arc.
Let alone the same system, or even the same planet where Lady Wren was taken.
I think the odds are pretty good.
No, in fact, they're terrible.
No, I don't think, yeah, I agree with him, though. I mean, we know that it's going to go in their favor, but the odds are not good. Bring 3PO back, he'll tell you. He'll tell you how bad they are. Wait, but Thrawn said that he wanted them to be shot down, so he might have ships waiting for them.
I'm picking up a lot of interference.
Something's wrong.
Because you're in a whale. Yeah, Thrawn had ships waiting.
Perhaps we are safer in here.
I don't know about that one. Oh, maybe. Let's go back in. Oh, it's a minefield.
It's an Imperial minefield deployed around the arrival point.
We can see that.
At least the whales are providing some cover.
Oh no, they're dipping. What are you talking about? Now they're stuck there for good, at least for now. Dude, there are so many of those mines.
We are clear. Well, we found the enemy.
Oh, what luck! See, like the space combat, the aerial combat in this show, the ships, should I say, they make them look like models, even though they're CG, but they make them seem like they're being shot like models. It's cool the way they do it. Oh, they're flying through the bones. I thought they were flying through the atmosphere. Yeah, dude, what are they up to? Oh, I love those holograms.
It would seem AHSOKA Tano is alive and well after all.
Here's everything the Inquisitorial database
I
has.
just noticed they did the lines on his face, too. I didn't notice it whenever I was watching last episode, and then I saw it pointed out in some Easter egg breakdown. Now I can't help but notice it.
Our fighters have already engaged the target and pursued them into the debris.
Oh, he's so cool.
And if she's anything like her master, she'll be unpredictable and quite dangerous. Which is why we must control all variables. Put her on a path of her own choosing.
That's how Thrawn plays.
We'll always be one step ahead of her.
Yeah, this is Thrawn's game now. I bet you could put these last 3 episodes together and just watch it as a movie. It feels like it has transitioned so well from the last episode. It's one of the first times I've noticed like a really good transition. Like I feel like no time has passed and I don't need to rewatch or regather any of the information that I've already obtained from last week's episode. Oh yeah, they're moving now.
Never really thought about how much I've missed.
Dude, I love those things.
Everything you told me. The Empire was defeated.
Battle of Endor.
The Emperor died.
Yeah, that's right. He wouldn't know.
There's a new republic. Zeb's training recruits, and Hera's commanding a fleet.
Zeb's training recruits.
How did you? What? Find me. You never said.
It's complicated.
The usual level or worse?
Worse.
I would say so.
AHSOKA took me on as her apprentice.
She what? Why? I mean, congratulations. Really?
Go on.
No, that's great. Makes sense, of course.
He's perfect as Ezra. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's like, there's no need for bloodshed.
I'm in need of your assistance.
We are at your service, my lord.
AHSOKA Tano lies hidden within the graveyard. Find her?
Yes, Grand Admiral.
How, though? We finally get to see, like, the green flames? No, we're not. I mean, maybe they use different magic, because they live on Peridia? Different galaxy, different magic? Who knows, dude? I don't know. Nah.
Hasn't been all bad.
She might be able to hear, but not reach back out. Oh, I said in the intro I didn't know anything about these last 2 episodes. I know one thing. It's pertaining to Ezra. I already spoke about it a little bit in the last episode, but...
Open fire.
They found us.
Is that what's happening? What can I say, dude? The VFX are continually impressive.
We are not the focus of the Jedi's attention. Tano will pursue Sabine Wren, whom we have wisely sent far from here.
He's too smart for you. Like, yeah, do not. Oh, cool. Put it in reverse, Tear.
Kill Sabine Wren and Ezra Bridger. Then take your place in the coming Empire. Your ambition drives you in one direction. My path lies in another.
Huh?
One parting lesson, Shin. Impatience for victory will guarantee defeat.
Bro, it is such a shame we lost him. Like, he's one of the best parts of this show. I mean, I get why they're splitting up, but why? It's just the time?
Dispatch 2 gunships to assist the mercenaries. If Lord Balin proves capable.
Yeah, they're seeing them as just mercenaries now. I mean, they kind of established that in the last episode, but... that was pretty cool. Oh, they got the troop transports, too. Oh, he taught him how to... dude! Oh, that's so good. He taught him how to use a slingshot. The action's been great this episode. I mean, I suspected so just because there really wasn't any last, but... you better go back for that, dude.
Can't leave him.
Yeah. Even the hood's like a centipede? Is that what that was? Looked like the roly-poly things, like the cover, yeah, like that. I don't know what I'm thinking of right now. You guys can correct my stupidity in the comments.
Lock the door. We'll be fine. Go.
Once I'm on the ground, draw the fighters away.
Yes, yes, of course. Just remember what happened last time.
You got the timing wrong?
And didn't I feel terrible?
No! On my mark.
The white just looks so good. Whoa! She looks mighty clean for that fall. Oh boy.
This is a surprise.
She fell right in the dirt too. You'd see it. It'd be... whatever.
Can't allow you to interfere.
I don't have time for this.
Is she gonna kill him? Because he was talking like, oh, I got a separate path. Is that path death?
Here, do your thing.
Thing.
It's your lightsaber, take it.
You keep it.
What?
I don't need it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't need it.
Training?
Very funny.
No, I'm serious.
Take it.
Oh, he's very serious.
At least take a blaster.
No. The Force is my
Don't
ally.
need it. Yes, yes it is. He's using the Force as like a blunt object through Kung Fu or some kind of martial arts. I was gonna say that singed his hair.
Close.
Yeah, Ezra's powerful, man.
Can't defeat me.
Perhaps. I don't have to.
I don't think that killed him. There's just no way. He's fine. What did I say? Yeah, that was just a ploy to escape. I was gonna say, there's no way that she kills him. She lost by a good mile in their last fight.
I'm fine. Fine, just stay in there.
See, episode 4 was for the Clone Wars fans. Last episode and this episode, this is for the Rebels fans. It's so good. Though this whole show has really been for us. Huh. How are they gonna get out of this? They gotta get captured.
Destroy them.
Wait, wait.
Oh
wait.
no, or they're gonna die.
Don't you want to take us as prisoners? As prisoners?
Fire!
So she's easy work for her. Look at that, dude. Yeah, they are. Dude, the action's been pretty good. I want to see him with his lightsaber, though. Like, I know it's technically Sabine's now, but... Bro, if that would have closed any quicker, it would have cut his eyes off. Oh, that would have not been okay.
I see only our enemies reunited.
Let me show you what I see. With our enemy distracted, the cargo transfer is now almost complete. Time is very much on our side now.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think this season's gonna end well for the heroes.
Surrender your weapon. I can help you.
She's not gonna join them, is she? I was gonna say, I don't see it. At least not yet. There's no way she would have just turned like that. See, she's like so much happier now.
And miss this reunion?
And she notices the change too.
You thought she was dead.
Clearly I was wrong.
The last time they saw each other was in the World Between Worlds, wasn't it? When he pulled her out and then she went back in? These things are amazing.
I think I might be going home after all.
She's like, you haven't told him. Oh, yes, let's go home. I was gonna say, that looked like that ship was about to explode, the way that was shot, that last shot. I was gonna say, Hu Yang's in there, so, please no. But I think that episode was a great penultimate episode to this season. I think that it did a great job setting up the finale in a mysterious yet, okay, this is what we have to look forward to kind of way. So let me make sure I understand this right. Balin and Shin are now separated, going their separate ways, because they're not on the same path. I'm not exactly sure what their paths are. Obviously, Balin's been talking about this thing that's been reaching out to him over the last couple of episodes, and we don't know what that thing is. Really, throughout the whole show, he's been mentioning it, you know, something calling to him. We don't know what it is or who it could possibly be. I know there's some people out there saying it's Abeloth. I don't think that they would go that crazy with it. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I don't think they could go that hardcore. I mean, they've already kind of made themselves a niche-ish show, making it a Clone Wars and Rebels sequel almost. I mean, this show, you kind of have to see Rebels and Clone Wars. I mean, especially Rebels in this scenario. So I feel like them doing something crazy like Abeloth or anything else from Legends or the EU, I think that would be a little too extreme. So I have no idea who could possibly be calling or what could possibly be calling out to him. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. I hope this wasn't a thing that was like, you know, unresolved, that they were going to do into season 2, but now that Rey is no longer with us, they're not going to be able to do that. I don't know if they should recast him or not. Obviously, that's up to, you know, what Rey's family would have thought that he wanted for that. I don't know if that's something that they would be comfortable with, but if they were, I saw a lot of people recommending Gerard Butler. I think that would be pretty spot on, you know, because he's been one of the highlights of this show. Not only Rey as an actor, you know, performing in this show, but the character as well has just been so captivating and so mysterious, and Shin alongside him in that. I mean, it's just been so well written and so mysteriously written. It's so intriguing, and I want to see more with these characters, and I know it's going to make it a little more difficult with Rey no longer being here, but I would really like to see these characters continued on in some way after this show, if they do indeed make it out of this first season. But I really like the opening scene to this episode where we had C-3PO coming in and saving Hera from being, you know, permanently suspended from the New Republic, or her flight duties or her duties in general. Him coming in with a little card saying that Leia authorized the mission, you know, eventually. But I thought that was a really cool way to, you know, throw one of the original trilogy characters in there in some way, shape, or form. Like I said during the reaction, I know that it's a little bit too expensive to throw them in this show and de-age them, even for a 30-second cameo. I mean, that's millions of dollars just right there. But I think they're dropping a lot of breadcrumbs right now, and I think we're eventually going to see these characters pop up in Dave Filoni's movie. I know there's been talks of them turning this movie into a trilogy. If it works out, the story that they have set up might be a little too big just for one movie. Who knows what's going to happen, but they definitely have to be incorporated into the Heir to the Empire story in some way, shape, or form. They just have to be. So, you know, we're getting little hints that could possibly happen, but I think everything in this episode was done fantastically. I mean, seeing Sabine and Ezra catch up further, I think that their interaction in the show to live action has just been translated so well. Ezra especially. I mean, this actor is Esmond Esfandi, I think his name is. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize if I'm pronouncing his name in any way wrong. But I think he's doing a fantastic job portraying Ezra so far. And I think Lars Mikkelsen's doing a great job as Thrawn too. The live action interpretation, obviously the voice, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10. But I think the live action presence has really grown on me. In the trailers, I was like, it could, thinned out the face a little bit more, make it a little bit more bony, but this is an older Thrawn. I mean, this is what, 10, 15 years later. I don't know how well or badly the Chiss age, but I think he's a good live action presence for Thrawn. I just think the demeanors and the way he stands and the tics and everything just about the seriousness on his face is just so good. He doesn't blink either, which is fantastic. I just think everything that Dave introduced in Rebels as far as our two characters in Ezra and Thrawn that we've been waiting for in these last couple of episodes has just been translated so well, and I could not be happier as a Star Wars fan or Rebels fan that worked out the way that it did. I'm very intrigued with this whole thing with Thrawn and the Night Sisters and them resurrecting these pods or whoever's in these pods. We still haven't gotten that answered yet. Like I said, maybe it's just more troopers, night troopers, or maybe it's actually, like the undead zombie kind of things that we saw in Clone Wars with Mother Talzin and whatnot and Count Dooku. I think it would be really, really interesting for him to team up with the Dathomirians or the Great Mothers, the Night Sisters, in these last couple of episodes, them escape this unknown galaxy without some of our heroes, putting them in a bad position to start off in the movie or the next season, setting up the movie. I really don't know how things are going to play out. And pertaining to Ezra's powers, I kind of knew what they were going to do with him. He has like this Force Kung Fu kind of thing. I was kind of more hearing that it was going to be like, actually, you could physically see what he was doing with the Force. You could see the Force, kind of like Hadoukens or whatever. I don't know. I'm not an anime person, but I think you get what I'm trying to say here. I mean, you could actually see what he was doing, kind of like a ball of like blue force or something, kind of like in Force Unleashed. But I thought that's how they were going to do it. Maybe they will do it in the next episode, but based off of the leaks, that's how I thought they were going to do it. So that was a little bit disappointing, but obviously leaks can influence your opinion on things and kind of mess up what you actually think of the show. So I don't really, whenever a leak is wrong, I don't really go, oh, well, now the episode sucks because it didn't come true exactly 100%. No, that's not how it works. I mean, I thought everything in this episode was fantastic. Obviously, the show didn't really get off to the greatest start. I really liked the first two episodes. They definitely have their problems. The third episode, I think, is okay now that I've rewatched those first 4 episodes in a lot more detail now. But I think those first 3 episodes have their highlights, but they're also all over the place. But once we get into episode 4 and the main story really starts to kick in, everything else since then has just been absolutely fantastic. I think this show is going to end up being one of my favorite live action Star Wars pieces that we've gotten under the Disney reign. So if you're new to the channel, do me a favor, please consider hitting that subscribe button, like button, turning on post notifications, whatever you guys want to do to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're interested in seeing full length versions of this reaction or any other reaction that I have up on the channel, as well as early access to said reactions, you'll find them right here on YouTube on my membership page. So if you guys could check those out as well, I would greatly appreciate it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all in the next one.